Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into the 5 game-changing tips that will instantly elevate the quality of your videos. And the best part of this is you don't need to break the bank or invest in fancy equipment. Tip number 1 is lighting. Lighting controls everything in your shots, whether it is natural or studio lighting. It is the biggest thing you will have to take into consideration. If you're shooting with natural light and no studio lights, shoot next to a window. So next to the window you're getting that cast soft light and it gives you a little bit more dynamic range in your shot prior to doing any post-production work. However, it makes your life easier and gives the viewer a little bit more interest rather than just a completely flat image. Whereas take a look further into a room, you are shooting without any lighting and it's just the diffuse bounce that you're getting off of the rest of the walls. It doesn't really give the viewer much interest and makes your post-production workflow that little bit more difficult. Tip number 2 is sound and music. For this, you want to pick the proper music and capture the best sound. Music sets the tone entirely for your video. If you pick, say, a heavy rock track for a tranquil product release, then it's going to jar the viewer. Whereas if you pick a chilled out instrumental track with shots of outdoors and the product release, then embellish it with ambient sound effects on top of the footage, it will make a huge difference. Just look at these for comparison. A prime example that you might want to take into consideration when creating projects is getting crisp and clear sound on your talking head videos, or for B-roll of the flicking of a book, the chopping of veg, or even typing on a keyboard. If you take the time to set up the microphone as close to the action as possible, maybe a couple of minutes at the start of each shot maximum, you will help with the best immersion possible for that clip. If the microphone is further away, then it'll be muddied and it won't sound as rich. Tip number 3 is learn your software. This doesn't have to be a paid for software, there's some great options out there. The one that I use is DaVinci Resolve, and that is still on the free version. Just learn the software inside and out. Find tutorials, watch a variety of videos, break down how you can do it in your editing software. If you can buy training, do so. Find free training resources, look up local film groups, talk to your peers, talk to more experienced editors. It will all add that little bit more to your next project, as you will have the knowledge pre-programmed in your brain on how to edit the shots together in post, and having them on set will also add to that knowledge. Tip number 4 is motion within your shots. Putting motion within your shots and knowing when to have motion, whether it's motivated or unmotivated within the shots you're taking, is key to having instantly better video. What I mean is the main tell of a more beginner video is where the shot is all over the place and is erratic, or it's entirely locked off with static shots, where it might as well be photographed. When a nice locked off shot would have provided the best storytelling tool for that moment, or emphasizing a certain move like a subtle push in on a subject, the slow slider reveal for the situation, or to switch up an interview with locked off shots. These can all add that little bit more interest and intrigue to your shots. Tip number 5, and the last tip, is location and time of day. Now there's a little bonus one within this, but finally with location, if you are standing in the middle of Glencoe with the low hanging cloud round the mountains surrounding you, it's going to be a winner straight away purely on where you are being awe-inspiring. However, when shooting in these locations or within your bedroom or studio, the angles of the shots must be taken into consideration. Take the example before, within Glencoe, shooting at straight eye level doesn't particularly give you a good sense of scale, so drop the camera down and shoot with an upward angle. It'll enhance the scale and size of everything, and transitions the power to the environment and not just your subject. If you shoot alternatively down, it's as though the mountains are looking down on the subject, giving another layer of silent storytelling. If you're shooting in your studio or bedroom for a talking head section, you would want to avoid a low angle because it gives too much headroom and there's not much interest up here, maybe off to the side with that light, but it's not the main focus of the video. Likewise, if you were shooting from a higher angle on a talking head shot,
you would be drawing the viewer out and it would be jarring as it isn't so much a conversation.
Avoid distractions for the viewer to wander off into. If you're leaving stuff in the background, make it intentional. Perhaps a clue to the next video. The best time of day for you to shoot, I would say personally, is early morning or early evening. This allows for soft lighting with none of that harsh midday shadow introduced into your video. In the evening, it will give it a nice warmer lighting, whereas in the morning, you'll get that cooler blue lighting. So that is 5 tips for getting instantly better video. So next time you shoot, take these all into consideration, play around with the time of day, the location, the lighting when you're shooting, and see the effect this has in the edit. If you found this video helpful, please let me know by giving this video a like rating. If you want to see more from me, click that subscribe button just down below, and let me know in the comments if you want to see anything in particular from me in the next videos. Take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one.